Hello, and welcome to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. I'm Juliet the daughter.
And I'm Kevin the dad.
And this week I issued Dad a little bit of a challenge. I wanted him to see if he could find a band that broke up amicably and they remained at least cordial with one another, if not friendly, afterward. And Dad, what did you come up with?
This was a challenge. I'd like to thank Peg out in Colorado for suggesting Blondie and Genesis. Genesis I also thought of, but unfortunately I only have their stuff available as files on my iPod. I don't have any physical CDs of theirs.
Yep, we're doing the physical CDs.
And I do have a best of Blondie, and I did some quick research, and it really didn't end well for them. They did take some time off so Debbie could do her solo stuff, but when they got back together, it just wasn't...
Shit show?
Yeah, it was basically Chris and Debbie against everyone else.
Uh-oh.
And so it didn't end well for them at all. And I know people out there probably thinking, well, how about REM? REM broke up amicably. Yes, I agree, they did. But horror of horrors for you people out there, I do not have any of their stuff.
Dad isn't too much of a fan of REM. He was part of a music club once, and that week they discussed Murmur, and I remember what you said about the album.
Good, because I don't.
You said it should have been called Mumble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and, like...
Yeah, no REM.
The one song I like by them, they didn't even write, and that's their version of Superman. Mm-hmm. And to me, they've always been vastly overrated. And Michael Stipe's self-righteousness has always gotten on my nerves.
And plus, we're just used to him as Schnitzel from all of the other reindeer.
Yeah, he's tolerable as a cartoon reindeer.
Yeah, which if you don't know what that Christmas special is, look it up. It's Matt Groening does it. It's fun.
So anyway, after much research, and thanks to Wikipedia, and it says it on the Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia is never wrong.
Yep.
The band I came up with, whose CD I have, is Elastica, or as sometimes I like to say, Elastica.
Okay. All right, Dad, tell us a little bit about the band.
I will.
Okay.
Guitarist vocalist Justine Frischman formed the band Suede in 1990 with her boyfriend Brett Anderson, which we already know there's going to be problems there because girlfriend, boyfriend forming a band. Their drummer was Justin Welch. After Justine and Brett broke up, she left Suede along with Justin. They decided to form their own band in 1991. They recruited guitarist Donna Matthews and bassist Andy Holland through ads. At the end of 1993, they released their first single, Stutter, which sold out. Their follow-up single was Lineup, which also did well, but critics said it sounded just like the Wire's song I Am the Fly. And for those of you out there who don't know, Wire was a 70s Brit punk band.
Did they get sued for this?
I'll get to that.
Oh, no.
Most of 94 they spent recording, but their name was still out there because Justine was dating Damon Albarn of Blur, a popular 90s Brit band. He's credited as Dan Abnormal on their debut for keyboards.
That's cool. Dan
Abnormal being a, what do they call it? When you mix up someone's name into something else. I can't remember.
We'll look it up later.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But if you shuffle around the letters in Dan Abnormal, you come up with Damon L.
Like an anagram?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, in the fall of 94, they released Connection, which also sounded like a Wire song called Three Girl Rumba.
Oh, no. I'm noticing a pattern here.
Okay, but right before their debut album came out in March of 95, they were sued by Wire's publishers and by the Stranglers publishers, who said the song Waking Up sounded a lot like their song No More Heroes.
Uh-oh.
Everything was settled out of court.
So, what does that mean? Did they plagiarize or no?
See, this is kind of tough because there are, like, some bands out there who, like, it's almost like George Harrison, unconscious plagiarism for My Sweet Lord, because it sounded exactly like He's So Fine. And also there's the case of Huey Lewis successfully suing Ray Parker Jr. for Ghostbusters because it was pretty much note for note, I want a new drug.
Oh, okay.
And you also have, like, there's other cases where, like, John Lennon got sued by scumbag Morris Levy for Come Together because it opens up with 2 lines from a Chuck Berry song.
2 lines.
You can't catch me. Yeah, it's word for word.
Then you have your Vanilla Ice situation. Still mad that Queen didn't sue for that. Maybe they did, and I just don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, some bands will take you to court. Some just can't be bothered.
Because they're making money anyway, so it's like, who cares?
I guess. Just an aside here. I heard the Wire songs a few years ago. I borrowed their CDs from the library. And yeah, they do sound a lot like them. But whereas Wire were critical darlings, translation, rave reviews, scanty sales, Elastica blew up huge. Now, why did it work for them and not for Wire? I have absolutely no idea, and that's probably a question for another day, which means we'll probably never get around to answering it.
No.
Anyway, when Elastica came out, it debuted at #1 and became the fastest-selling debut album on the British charts, beating out Oasis's debut album.
Holy that's no small feat.
No, and listen to this. It held that record for over 10 years until it was beaten by... the Arctic Monkeys?
I've heard of them. I don't remember what from.
In 2006.
Okay. Now, how did it do in the U.S.?
The album went gold in the U.S., and the band toured for a solid year, touring North America 4 times.
Cool.
Annie Holland left the band during the tour due to exhaustion.
Oh.
Her fill-in was Abby Travis, and Holland was eventually replaced by Sheila Chipperfield in 1996. Keyboardist David Bush also joined. Now it was time to record the follow-up, which did not come out until 5 years later.
Hey, they just maybe wanted to work on it and make sure they got it right. You don't know.
But during that in-between period, Sheila Chipperfield left, Annie Holland came back, Donna Matthews left, and 2 more band members were hired to replace her. The follow-up album, The Menace, finally came out in April 2000, which was not worth the wait.
Oh.
I remember listening to cuts at a listening station at Borders.
Oh, I remember those when they used to have the headphones and you could play like 15 seconds of a track. I used to go up to those all the time as a kid.
Now, for those of you who are too young to remember, Borders was a national book chain like Barnes & Noble, except it was a lot better than Barnes & Noble.
No, I like Barnes & Noble better than Borders. At least Barnes & Noble had seats. Borders, you had to find a place to sit on the floor.
Anyway, so like I said, I remember listening to the cuts and wondering, what the hell happened? And I bet other fans felt that same way. And maybe the band did too, because wait for it. In 2001, they announced an amicable breakup. Amicable. Friendly, even, like.
Yeah.
Okay, now since then, the original members, they've lived their own lives. But they did get together in 2017 at Abbey Road Studios to remaster their debut.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's like 2 albums and then done?
Pretty much. I mean, they came out with I think there was like a little EP in there somewhere just to tide the fans over. But yeah, pretty much 2 albums. Goodbye.
Now, did they go to do on their own solo things or work for other people in the music industry? Or?
Not what I was able to find on Wikipedia. Like, it said that Justine Frischmann, she moved to California, working on her art. The last that anyone knew, she was probably living around the San Francisco area. I think it was Donna Matthews, and is now a minister, some church in England, I believe.
Okay.
Annie Holland, I can't remember. Justin Welch, still keeping his hand in the biz, playing drums for whoever. His last prominent gig was being the drummer for Lush, because they decided to reunite, because the reason that they broke up was because their drummer committed suicide back in 1996, I think it was.
Okay.
Okay, now as for the album itself, the way I came across it was, I first heard the song Connection on WBRU, which...
Oh, rest in peace, WBRU.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, who may not be from this area, WBRU was Brown University's old radio station, and it used to be played at, was it the highest point in the state so everyone could hear it?
Well, yeah, one of the highest points in the state, because they were able to install their radio tower on top of the science library at Brown, which was on the top of College Hill, which was an extremely high point. Yep. So it was like probably one of the very few college stations that you could actually get on your radio, like in Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Like it covered a huge area.
Yeah, and it was like insanely popular. Like everybody listened to WBRU, not just college students. And then it got bought by a Christian radio station. No, I don't know why they were bought. Like, were they losing money or something?
I really don't know. I don't know if they just went for the cash grab, but now they're saying, well, we're available online. Well, that's
nice.
No
one's going to find them online.
Yeah.
Everyone misses when you could listen to them in their car.
So anyway, like I said, I first heard the song Connection, absolutely loved it. Then they started playing Car Song, and I loved that one too.
Car Song.
And then came Stutter, and that was the song that made me get the CD. I mean, 3 great songs in a row. I thought the rest of this album's going to be genius. So I bought the CD from HMV in Cambridge, and it does not get more 90s than that.
Is that an old store that's no longer around?
Yeah, HMV stands for His Master's Voice. It was a record store that was, and probably still is, in London, and it made its way over to the United States. And like Tower Records, they eventually closed all their stores. But oh my God, HMV just had everything. It was just so huge. I mean, they just had any type of music, and not just a little bit of every type of music. They had loads of every type of music. Anyway, so this album is one of my all-time favorite albums. I would easily put this in my top 10.
Oh, holy shit!
And it's an album that I can listen to at least 4 or 5 times in a row, which I have done, maybe even more. I mean, I just love this album.
Was it one of those cases where you had the album on in your car and they kept playing over and over again?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
just let it run, yep.
All right, well, you ready to talk about this?
I am so ready.
All right.
You go first.
First song in the lineup. I love the call and response of the 2 guitars playing off each other. Now, when I first heard the guy making those groaning noises, at first I thought, is he okay? He sounds like he's about to vomit. Like, I thought he was sick. But then I realized, oh no, those are sex noises. And then I went, it doesn't sound too pleasant for him. The best lyrics of the song are easily, Dribblehead knows all the stars, loves to suck their shining guitars. Do you care? And that lazy little... No. I feel like that's most of celebrity culture. It's like we're constantly exposed to it, especially nowadays with social media, and you're like, do you care? No, not really. Also, you can't see the forest through the trees on your knees. Ooh, scandalous, kinky. I would not be surprised if this woman was a dominatrix, but I feel bad for all the guys that encounter her because they probably have some scars after a night with her. Something tells me she didn't treat the rock stars too bad, though, because it sounds like from the song that she had a good reputation in the rock world.
Well, this is the first Wire ripoff.
Okay.
Okay. And for me, I always looked at it as the trials of being a groupie. Like Dribblehead knows all the bands, knows them like the back of her hand, loves to suck the shiny guitars.
You mean like the ones that are constantly like waiting backstage, like, hey.
Yep.
Oh, those.
And it took me a long time to figure out that the male grunts in the background were not the result of puking.
You didn't know that right away?
Well, it took me a while to figure out, and like, okay, that makes total sense.
Makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
And I love how this kicks off the album with the brittle sounding guitars at the end. Dun, 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 yep. And again, my favorite moment is the barely audible "no."
Yeah, I love that too.
Do you care? No, I don't care. She brought this upon herself.
Yeah, it's like, piss off, I'm drinking my tea, because we're in England, so they're probably drinking tea while they're talking about this. I don't know.
Yes, and don't bite down too hard.
Ooh. Ouchie, wow. I've heard some stories from... No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
All right, next song. Annie. Great opening guitar lick. I feel like I need some help unpacking the meaning of the lyrics because I'm not sure why she's referencing Hendrix and Thin Lizzy even though I know what they are. Is it just the cultural divide here? Because, Hendrix was, got his start in England before he went back to the U.S., so, I don't know, maybe you have to be British to understand those references. Now, the first time the music cuts out, I found myself waiting for it to come back, and when it kicked in, I started headbanging automatically, and then the end of the song is so abrupt, it kind of took me back, like, oh, that's it. But I feel like I'd get the song a lot more if I understood what the lyrics meant. Other than that, it sounds like a good song about getting drunk and having fun.
Yeah, I think it talks about, Annie said, I got to get out of the city, kind of like got to get away. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to get out of the city. I'm just going to go to some shore pub and drink my brains out.
Yeah.
And I had to look up a few terms. Like I had to look up She mentions Hostin Export, which is a bear out there.
Okay.
And she also mentions Jackanory, which out there was a kids' reading show that was on the BBC from 1965 to 1996.
Okay.
And if someone sings songs the word Jackanory, it means they think someone is telling stories, lying.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah.
So it's
a little more about Jackanory. It was on five days a week, 15 minutes a day, and basically they would cover a whole book in 1 week, and they would have like famous people read the story.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Did it ever come to like PBS in the United States? Because I know sometimes they do that.
No, I think it was kind of like almost their version of Reading Rainbow, possibly.
Oh,
but
I
it was
that show.
But it was only a 15-minute.
Yeah, please tell me that you all out there on the internet remember Reading Rainbow. Good. Okay.
Yeah, they said that when it ended, there were like 3,500 episodes of this program.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, great song. It's like, it's less than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But, get in, say what you got to say, get out, and...
This whole album is basically a bunch of songs that are like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, do the job, and then you're done.
Well, it's 16 songs in 40 minutes.
Which, yeah, not bad.
No, not at all.
Next song, Connection. Again, whoever comes up with these opening hooks knows what they're doing.
That would be Wire. This is the second Wire ripoff.
Oh, no. Well, thanks, Wire, I guess. The first few notes were very soft and had me wondering, is that a distorted guitar or electronic music coming from a computer? Then that ohm kicked in, and that was such a rush.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because at first it sounds so soft, and then it's like, boom.
And then it fills the rest of your head, especially if you're listening to it on headphones. It was a change in volume, but it had such a rich timbre that I actually leaned back in my chair because I felt so relaxed and ready to kick back. And, I was listening to this album, and I thought, I wonder what Dave Stewart from Eurythmics would think about this with, like, the arrangement of sound. I think he'd be very into it. Like, the sounds that they're able to achieve in the studio. I think he'd find it cool and different.
That's quite a leap.
Oh, I don't know. He did, like, some techno stuff, and there's, like, some computer effects on the instruments, so, hey, I don't know. One lyric that's fascinating to me is, I don't understand how a heart is a spade, but somehow a connection is made. Because a spade is used for digging, so maybe when you love someone, they unearth a part of you that you haven't discovered yet. So far the songs have been okay, but I'm eager to see what comes next, and the song that came next, I was like, holy, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, you could look at the spade as being like the ace of spades, I suppose. I mean, I think that it's kind of like card playing as a relationship metaphor.
Yeah, that's what I thought
I'm not sure. Like, I have really no idea what the song's about as a whole. Mm-hmm. But, now that we have both Wire songs out of the way, I gotta say,
yep.
Elastica did Wire better than Wire.
There you go. See, Elastica, you did fine.
So come and get me, you rock critics.
Yeah, if there's any Wire fans in the audience, come at us. We don't care.
I mean, they did acknowledge that Wire was a big influence on their sound. Yes, they were.
Big influence
to the point where they got paid. I love this song. This was the one, this was the first song of theirs I heard. And it was actually used in the Shazam movie that came out earlier this year or last year.
With Zachary Levi?
Yeah, because it took place in 1995.
Oh, okay. Well, they probably got some royalties for that. Nice little paycheck.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yep, but I love this song, and it's been used in a few commercials, and just great song, catchy song. Yeah. Love it.
Well, the next song could probably be used in some commercials, but maybe you wouldn't want to. Car song! I love this song! It's so sexy and fun. This girl knows what she wants. She just wants to get it on the guy's car, and that's it. The simple things. I think what sold this song for me were the oohs in the background. I don't know if spooky is the right adjective, but they created a vibe in this song just with that vocal part that's different from all the songs on the album so far, and I can't put my finger on the right adjective to use. The chorus is so catchy with "Here we go again" and "Let me count to 10" as the notes ascend on each word. The part that makes me laugh is when she says, "In every little Honda there might be a Peter Fonda."
That's the best line in the song.
Ooh.
And for guys out there, it could be a Bridget Fonda.
Yeah. I don't personally find young Peter Fonda hot, but hey, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, she's just going to screw these guys and can't walk past a car without getting horny. Love it. Also, I wonder if they had to pay a fee to Ford and Honda for referencing their cars.
Oh, no, you can mention car names in songs.
Okay.
I mean, that's been going on since rock and roll started.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very British too. Every shining bonnet thinks of me with my back on it.
Yeah, I like that lyric too.
I had to figure out, Okay, yeah, that's the hood of the car. Okay.
Yeah.
But you probably want to wait until the car's cooled down first because you
Ow!
could make for heartburn your back on that, you know?
Ugh.
Yeah, you want to wait for the engine to cool down before you get it on.
Yeah.
Before you rev it up there, hey, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Huh?
Dad, stop.
Sorry. I'll be good. But yeah, I like the title of the song. I mean, it's what it's about.
It's
car song. It's going to be a song about a car. Or various cars.
Car activities.
Right. Very direct. And yeah, the best line is the little Honda line. Mm-hmm. Absolute genius.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't know what it means is when she says, my heart's spaghetti junction. I have no idea what that is.
Maybe that's a British thing?
The only thing I could think of was like a cloverleaf interchange.
What's that?
It's like one of these exits, like you take it and you have to take a circle or go around.
Oh, I see that.
But if you look on the map, it's like the cloverleaf that
yeah.
it's on all four sides. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
But yeah, I love this song and like the ooh.
Yeah, that was what sold the song for me.
Ooh, gonna get on. Ooh.
Next song, Smile. Okay, this song is interesting. It seems as if the character knows that the person she's seeing sleeps with other women frequently, meaning it's a recurring issue in their relationship. What I think makes this song real is that the only thing more potent than her anger is her worrying about where the hell he's been. She kind of reminds me of the wife of the drug dealer in Pulp Fiction. Like, she seems sweet, sorta, but you can tell she'll screw you up if you cross her because she's no nonsense. Like when they brought back the unconscious body in the house, and she's like, get that the hell out of my house! Like, don't piss her off. A nice little touch conveying her irritation is the little, because it's a realistic reaction like, oh, sweet lord, not this again. Yet we know she's going to keep screwing this guy because of how the song ends, like, all right, you're home, I've said what I've needed to say, now are you coming to bed or what? Music-wise, another great opening with the notes increasing in volume along with the tempo. I also think the song is called Smile because I could see this guy with a shit-eating grin on his face as if taunting her saying, yeah, I got fucked up, what are you going to do about it?
Ooh.
That's where I got it
from. Well, I looked at it as a stuck in a shitty relationship song. Mm-hmm. And again, as with like all these songs, it's so catchy. Mm-hmm. And the reason I thought it was called Smile is because like, I think she knows something that he doesn't, and thereby she's smiling to herself. Because there is that line, because I know what you fear you will find.
Ooh.
Which I have no idea what it is, but
maybe
I feel like
guy in the next room, like hiding under the covers.
It could
like,
be
shit.
since it's like he's having his fun. She could probably be having
mine.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that now?
Yeah. How you like me now? Huh? Come at me, mofo's. Oh yeah.
Next song.
Hold Me Now.
Yeah, Hold Me Now. I don't know how I feel about this song. I feel like the recording of them talking in the studio was a really good addition in the beginning. Sometimes songs will incorporate studio chatter or outside noises like Helter Skelter, Life on Mars, and True Love Ways, well, depending on what edition of True Love Ways you have. Where I think the song fails is with the ending. It would have benefited from a clean ending that cut the song abruptly. Instead, it feels like the boring parts of a jam session when the improvisation is clearly ended, but some dumbass wants to keep going and drag it as long as possible because they think they're the star. I don't mind it when bands hold out the end of the song for a little longer than normal in concert, but this just kills the vibe for me. I also don't know how to interpret this song. Is she mad because there's no one else to sleep with but this person whom she loathes? Or is she mad that she got hurt and this is the only person who will take care of her? If she's hurt, it sounds like a head injury from the opening lyrics, and I could just picture her with like an ice pack to her bleeding head and giving this guy a death glare saying, just get me to the hospital, please. Not my favorite so far.
Oh, I don't mind the song, and there's that line, I'd take somebody else if I could.
Yeah, she just says that with so much bitterness, too. Like,
yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, like, oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, another catchy song. Kind of slow, but, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Next song, S.o.f.t.
Not my favorite song on the album.
Yeah,
it's okay, and I don't know why they spell out the word.
Yeah, me neither. But I think this song fixed the problem with Hold Me Now. They kept the instrumental up for as long as they could sustain it, but it didn't drag on.
Okay.
Okay. It felt natural towards the end and had a clear ending that cut off. I want to know what kind of trouble this girl got into. Is she a criminal? Is she a prostitute that sleeps around with famous people? I kind of want to know what she did to get famous on TV only to sink low enough to make her mother cry. And I'm also not sure why they spell the word soft, but to me it sounds like when you're a kid and you want to tell your friends about the swear word you heard a grown-up say, but you're too scared to say the full thing out, so you spell it while you're whispering. So if this is the case, a person being soft means that they're a loser. Not my favorite, but I love the instruments where they sound restrained in the beginning and then the rest of the instruments arrive to create a fuller sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not too much to say.
No, not really. Not really. It's like I said, it's not my favorite.
It's there.
It's not my favorite song on the album, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I don't have anything against it.
All right, next song. India's song. I love this song! It's so different from the others. Less effects with the instruments, no filters or computer edits. A nice deep sound from the drums, simple electric guitar, and I think I heard chimes, but I can't be sure. If there was ever a rock and roll song you could meditate to, this would be it. It's relaxing and you feel like you're flowing down a river. I'm not sure if they're talking about a tenet of Buddhism or Hinduism, but I'm going to guess Buddhism for now. It's a simple message. If you want something, take a deep breath, go for it, and take however much time you need, for it will be there when you arrive. Great song.
Yeah, because I was wondering, are they treading into George territory here?
I mean,
not so much with the music, though you can hear like that Indian influence, like the way it plays, but just with the lyrics, and I mean, it's really simple. It's like, if you want to, then you've got to let it show, it is waiting, and then if you want to, then you've got to let it go, it is waiting. And that's it. Very Eastern. Yeah.
Like, what was that song that he did based on this? Without going on
The Inner Light.
The Inner Light. Yeah, that's what it reminded me.
Yeah, kind of like the same thing. Yeah.
Next song, Blue. Another song named Blue. How does it compare to Eurythmics? Let's see. So, they had the song Blue.
No, they had Cool Blue.
Cool Blue, sorry.
This is Blue. This is just blue.
All right, so this song is pretty good, but the ending disappointed me. The drummer did that thing where at the end of the song he's playing the cymbals, and normally a boom follows at the end. No boom, though, just the ending guitar chord, and that made me feel a little bummed out. I like that little doom to end the song, and I didn't get the doom.
Yeah, because you dun 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 dun.
And then they withhold that part, and I was like, ugh.
That's not a problem.
Well, for me it is. It's just my personal preference. I think I like this song. It started off slow and quiet, and all of a sudden it was as if someone just hit the gas. With the slow part, though, at first it sounded like the song is going to be like the sad romantic rock ballad, and then all of a sudden, chaos. Also, what happened to John? Did he run away or commit suicide in front of someone's house? Because whatever he did, it caused a panic.
It caused some sort of blue thing to happen.
Yeah.
And I have no idea, but blue is my favorite color, so I love this song. I love how driving it is. It's just like do 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 do.
Careful.
Great stuff.
We don't want to get sued.
Too many do 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 do's.
For humming stuff. I don't know.
Who knows?
Whatever.
But yeah, just I'm sorry. This is just a great album.
You're glad. I remember you had it narrowed down to 2, and when I picked this one, you were like, yes! Because you couldn't wait. All right, All-Nighter. I thank my lucky stars that I've never had to pull one of these so far in my college career. So, the way I interpret the song is 2 people have had some crazy sex, and they're asking each other, now what? Are you hungry? Because I am. Want to get something to eat? Oh, shit, it's after 11, so maybe there's a McDonald's or something. Then they take a break, eat their food, smoke cigarettes, which in England they're called fags, so that's why they say fags in the song. It means something different out there. Drink their tea, and then go at it again. Because sometimes, when you're getting into it with someone late at night, you just can't fall asleep because the both of you are still buzzed. However, at the same time, you're too tired for round 2, so you need to recharge before you go at it again. Also, mad props to them from going to 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Keep going, you two, because it ain't going to be like this forever. Fun, crazy song.
Well, it's funny because I got kind of like the opposite reaction of this song. I thought, yep, starts at 11, ends at 7, but nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
I looked at it as like she can't spur him into action because like my favorite line in the whole song is, "You're a cloud short of heaven."
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like this I love the frantic pace of the song because it shows that she's ready and like, come on, guy, let's go. She's ready. And it just, to me, it seemed like, she's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. It's not gonna
nothing.
Happen.
Limp noodle.
Oof. S.o.f.t. Yep.
Oi. All right, next song, Waking Up. Even though this isn't what the song is about, I identify with this song so much as a student. You work incredibly hard studying, writing papers, reading, doing homework, and then you just veg for a few solid hours. You're either extremely busy or have nothing to do, no in between. I don't find waking up and getting up to be easy either because I'm a very groggy person in the morning. The chorus of the song is catchy, and I love that opening guitar. It sustains the note for so long, and just when you think it's about to end, the note increases in pitch and keeps going for a few more seconds. Brilliant and beautiful. I also appreciate how she's considerate to the other person, like, okay, you can leave my room, but if you want to stay, you can go ahead and make a cup of tea and listen to some music or something. Love this song.
Because I ain't going to make that tea for you.
Yeah, but she's not kicking you out, so she's like, yeah, if you want some tea, yeah, go ahead. There's some in the pantry.
Yeah. Now, this is the Stranglers ripoff, and I've never heard their song, but I bet Elastica did it better. Yeah. And I look at this song as like Confessions of a Non-Starter, like the world's laziest person, waking up and getting up is never easy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just going to stay here. And the line about, well, I've got a lot of songs, but they're all in my head. I mean, she can't even write them down.
Yeah,
and there's like a lot of, whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah.
And I wonder, does that foreshadow the 5 years it took for the mediocre follow-up?
Ooh, interesting theory.
I don't know.
Ponder that one, rock fans. Ponder that one.
But yeah, I look at it as like, yeah, world's laziest person. Mm-hmm. And that's it. You want the tea? Yeah, you help yourself. Yeah, I'm just gonna lie here and.
It's like the scene in Office Space where the main character, after he gets hypnotized, just stays in bed for the whole weekend.
Oh yeah.
Just doesn't get up.
Yeah, just checking to see if you're coming in. Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Next song, 2-1. Solid rhythmic hook in the beginning, and I appreciate how the guitars have their own sort of percussive sound to match. This song surprised me with how one part of it reminded me of something I've seen before in musical theater. You have one singer who can be heard singing the lyrics prominently, and another person singing their own lyrics at the same time. Often this is done in musicals to get different points of view on the same situation. Other musical theater composers will have a second character singing to start a reprise of a previous song and establish a musical theme. I wasn't expecting that kind of playing back and forth on this album, which hammers home a point that I've had in my head for a while now. Rock musicians are a lot smarter than most people give them credit for. Their brains might not have the same wiring as someone who has studied classical training in voice or someone who can sight-read sheet music, but rock artists create some brilliant stuff. Is it my favorite song? No, but I like how this band has subtle differences between each song and tries new things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what this song is about, but towards the end, you do get two songs going on at the same time. So I looked at it as that, like you're getting 2-1. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though she does mention 2-1 in the song.
Yes.
And a little aside here, I'm going to make a confession that no self-respecting music critic would ever make. And that is, in general, a lot of songs that I listen to, I have no idea what they're about. But I love the sound and I love the beat, and maybe that's just what rock and roll comes down to. Mm-hmm. I believe, as Chairman Pete Townsend once wrote,
bless.
It's the singer, not the song.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can put it across, you could probably if you can put it across your grocery list and I can rock out to it, I can live with that.
Yeah, there you go. Next song, See That Animal. Great song. Is it just me, or do all great songs start with a drummer going 1, 2, 3, 4? I feel like you could put together a list of those songs and they would all be bangers. So first of all, that guitar at first had kind of a classic rock sound to it, but the first few notes reminded me of In the Hall of the Mountain King by Edvard Grieg, and yes, I had to Google the title, dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah, I have that song.
It sounded a little bit like that. I love how the singer packs a punch into each word, see that animal, to match the intensity of the instruments. The best lyric is, I feel my tattoo on you. It's a sweet thing, Terry, but it's not true. As if to say, baby, you're not as permanent as this ink on my body. I wonder why this is one of the only lovers she mentions by name. Maybe some guy named Terry really screwed her up and she wants the whole world to know.
Well, I kind of looked at it as like one night stands on the road, because she's singing 15 new cities, but will we ever know how it feels?
Oh.
And I first it's I feel your tattoo on mine, and then it's I feel my tattoo on you. So it could be just like different people. Mm-hmm. And
one on top, one in the bottom, different each time.
Yep. Now, this song is not on the remaster that the band put together in 2017.
Why?
And I have a feeling that it may not have been on the original version released in the UK. That happens a lot. Like sometimes we in the United States will get one more song than they did in England.
Is it to appeal to an American market, to maybe get big in America?
I really don't know why that happens. Like there's this album, there's another album I thought of was the Specials album, debut album. They left off the song Gangsters, but if you buy the remaster, you get Gangsters as a video. Like, you have to stick it in your computer to be able to watch it. And I thought, nah, I'll stick with the original album. Or like even Band on the Run. Like, I will never forgive Paul for this. Like, when the remaster came out a few years ago, there were 9 songs instead of 10. He left off this song, Hell on Wheels, and I thought, guy, 9 songs, come on. It's a CD. You've got 80 minutes to fill, and you can't put on the 10th song that we in the United States were used to.
Oh, he doesn't care. He's financially set for life. He can do whatever he wants.
I wrote him a letter about this, and I'm still waiting for an answer.
You did write him a letter about this?
Wrote it to his headquarters, his U.S. headquarters in New York. You think he ever wrote back?
Hey,
No.
Paul, write back. What the hell, man?
Yeah, so because I thought, oh, they remastered the album, I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah, they left a song off. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it. But yeah, I just love the punch that this song has, like you said, for like every syllable. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, great song.
Next song, Stutter. There's some really interesting power dynamics with this song. First, it seems like this guy is a timid little virgin and the woman is a prostitute or a madame who has been around the block with every guy under the sun. She's sweet about it, though, like, no need to be nervous, I'll walk you through the whole thing. Then, when she's worried she's not satisfying him, the tone shifts suddenly. Is something wrong? Tell him what it is and I'll change it. Is there another woman? I have to know. Please, please, please. I find that fascinating. But other than that, okay.
Well, basically, the lyrics, I looked at it as like similar lyrical content to All Nighter. Which is probably why I get these 2 songs mixed up sometime. But Stutter does last longer. And basically, I look at it as like, it's about this girl who's waiting for this guy to come to attention. And she's wondering, is this something, you lack when I'm flat on my back? Is this something that I can do for you?
Is it me or is it you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and I love the way that it's like barely controlled, desperate rage in the singer's voice. And I'm sorry that I keep saying the singer's voice because I don't know which ones Donna or Justine sing.
Ooh.
I'm a bad fan.
Yes.
But I did go back and look at the songwriting credits for Clues, and I figured if Justine Frischman gets the credit first, then she's singing the songs, and Donna Matthews, she's getting first credit, then she's singing those songs.
Okay.
So I'd have to go back and piece them. But even then, I find the voices kind of similar.
Okay.
But yeah, Stutter was the one that made me just go out and get that album.
Also, if they're from the same region in England, if they're from like the same county or something, then that could probably be another reason why they have similar voices.
I guess that could be.
Yeah. Next song, Never Here. Oh, great storytelling song. I feel like there are 2 types of relationships that are referenced in this. The first type is when you're with that partner that leaves everyone else in the dust. The second type is when you have one partner who values the other person's interests, but it doesn't go the other way. The problem is the singer is experiencing both these relationships in one. I like it when she says she has a plan, and he's busy writing, but when he says, listen to my record, she lends an ear. This song is so well written because we get the story of an entire relationship in 4.5 minutes. She loved it, then started to worry it wasn't going to last, began to notice moments where one person wasn't as invested in the other, and then she ends it with wondering if her partner was even invested at all. And then the vocal harmonies with the chorus sell it.
Yep, because it's like,
it's such a
hey,
good song.
this relationship's starting off great, and then it's too much TV and curry, and then things are like going downhill, and
now it's
not. And maybe I was the only one, like you said, who was invested in this relationship, and you were just probably never here emotionally. Yeah, you were here physically,
she
getting it done.
She doesn't seem too distraught about it, though. Like, she's accepting of it and just wondering, maybe if I'd noticed this before, I could have gotten out of it earlier and wasted less time.
Yeah, because there's like a lot of crappy relationship songs in here.
Yeah.
And it's like, because, you're getting stuff like, I'd take somebody else if I could, and, is there something you lack? And
do you think any of these songs are calling out that boyfriend she broke up with in the first band she was in?
I don't know, because she did move on.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
All right, last song, Vaseline. Odd choice to end the album with, but okay. I read the title, and I was not disappointed. Vaseline is a wonderful multi-purpose item. This song the best way to describe it is a nice, dirty quickie. Would I listen to it all the time? No, but if it's on, I'll be smiling with a big shit-eating grin. It's also an accurate depiction of when someone isn't picking up the subtle or not so subtle hints you throw their way, and you have to spell it out for them. Because sometimes people are dumb. Odd, but dirty fun.
La 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 la. Oh, this song is hilarious. It probably might be, well, okay, have to be my second favorite song after Stutter. But like, it's a hilarious song, and in a better world, Vaseline would have used this in their commercials.
But Americans are a bunch of Puritans still when it comes to sex culturally, so this would never be in a commercial. Not in our time, anyway.
Well, I think it's also funny, when you're stuck like glue, Vaseline. But then it's when you like to woo.
Vaseline.
La, 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 la. And I think it's a great way to end the album. And just the way it ends is like, give some Vaseline, 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 Vaseline. Clunk.
All right, final thoughts. I'm glad I listened to Elastica. They're a smart group of musicians who not only know how to play and write, but know how to edit their music in the studio to get a really good sound, a tremendous sound. I liked more of the songs than I thought I would. From the first song, I thought, I don't know, if the whole album sounds like this, maybe I'll pass. But they surprised me with the subtle differences in their sound and in their lyrics to create a fully fleshed out album that also sounds like it does belong to one group with a distinct style. I'm not a fan of all the songs, but as I've learned doing this podcast, you can't judge an entire album based on the percentage of songs you like. It's about the overall experience and how you as the listener feel at the end. And as for me, I feel like I had a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, 16 songs in 40 minutes, and that baby is rock and roll. Mm-hmm. Say what you want to say it fast, get in, get out, and make it catchy.
We dance, we kiss, we smooth, we all go home together. What do you say?
Yeah. And I just wish they could have followed up. I just wish they were able to. But, maybe everything that they had to say is all here. But damn, it is brilliant, as they say in England.
Yeah.
It's bloody brilliant. And it is.
It is.
It is. I mean, I can see why this held the record for, biggest selling debut for 10 years. I mean, such a great album.
Then why do you think not many people remember them nowadays? Even though this album's really popular. Like, I've asked some of my friends who are into harder rock if they've heard of Elastica, and they say no.
But I bet you if you played Connection, they would probably know it. They should know it anyway.
Okay. Because, nobody really talks about them anymore.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'd have to be from a certain age. I mean, you were born in 1999. And, they were pretty much over by the time you were 2.
Yeah.
So,
also, maybe they're a bigger deal in Britain than they are over here, given how long they stayed on the charts over there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's still worship there. I mean, especially for
what they put out, yeah.
Yeah, especially for that debut album, just being a monster hit.
Yep.
And it could be one of those things. They're more popular there than they're here. Mm-hmm. Let's put it this way: they won't get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here, but if they do have one in Europe, they would be in.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right.
And if they do a 25-year requirement to get inducted in the hall, then they would get in next year.
Oh, okay. Well, they probably won't get picked next year, but...
Well, I mean, if they have a European version.
In UK,
which they probably should, but that could be a topic for another day.
Yeah,
because I have a lot to say about that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
And on that ominous note, thank you as always for listening to another installment of My Dad Listens to This. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you didn't like it, too bad. We're making more of these.
Yeah.
If you have any specific thoughts of the episode, please drop a comment below. If you want to be notified for when we release new episodes, please hit the subscribe button. Or if you want an extra notice, then feel free to tap the bell below. If you are friends with me on Facebook, I post the episodes there. If you follow me on Twitter, I post the episodes on my Twitter account. And as of this episode, My Dad Listens to This officially has a Tumblr page.
Yay!
Yay!
Being an old guy, I have no idea what that means, but yay for us.
You know what Tumblr is. We've interacted with Incorrect Wilburys on there. We have our own blog on the site now.
Oh, okay. We do?
Yeah, we do.
So I can go on there and write stuff?
If you want, yeah, I can give you the password so you can get into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me think about that. I don't know if you want me,
Yeah. Hey, for those
offending
of you,
the world.
For those of you who think my dad should be on Tumblr, please post this in the comments. I might make this a question on my Facebook page for all my modern friends who have met you.
Should Juliet's senile old man be on Tumblr? You decide.
We'll put that to you. All right. And if you are friends with my dad and you want to get the episodes through him, then I'll email the episode to Dad and he can email it to you. And we will be back next week with another album to nitpick and gripe about. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
And thanks for listening. And always remember, Vaseline is for loving. It's not for eating. Thank you and good night.
Good night.